of a green box, we have a live counter ticking up, so we should now be live, which of course means welcome back to the Storytime Network. We are back with more One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. There's been some DLC coming out.
Do you think the Amish have underground porn smuggling rings?
Yes.
Well, that's...
Yes, Jack, do you have any comments on my topic? On my choice of topic?
That's certainly pretty out of pocket right off the bat.
I mean, it is a hell of a thing to start with.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, not even a minute into the stream, that is a hell of a thing to start with.
Like I said, very out of pocket for a starting topic.
Is it, though?
Yes.
Is it really, considering who you're talking to?
Okay, yeah, no. No. On average, though, yes.
I'm having my first cup of coffee in, like... What is it, months?
Is it bitter?
Okay.
Well, it's not so much that as it is, it's because, like, I got a free, like, thing of, Starbucks coffee creamer with HelloFresh.
Oh. Huh.
So I was just like, might as well.
Let's see. Also, Milt, looks like there's some new material you'll need to acquire.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be massive grinding, is basically the name of the game. Also,
Well,
so yeah, Gear 5. I have played it in one mission, like one of the like easy missions, and it was fun. Come on, game.
Well, I can't wait to see what the most joyous boy looks like in action in a video game. They were probably salivating over it, over making this once they saw it in the manga.
Now, I know it sounds out of pocket, but it did actually, like, there is a reason for this. For me bringing this up.
Mm-hmm.
A few days ago, my aunt and uncle visited from the old US of A. And for some reason, they decided to watch a documentary on the Amish from 2005.
Okay.
They weren't Amish, I think they were Mennonites, but like...
Similar.
Look, for the purposes of this conversation, they're basically the same. And it was just like... they just showed a guy from the Amish, or from the Mennonite community who just, like, hitchhiked to town and just went to an internet cafe and just awkwardly sat next to someone who was chatting on AOL, and it just, like, got me thinking.
Well, here's the thing. I'm fairly sure that don't the Amish like take a trip like in their early adulthood?
Yes. I think it's like in their late teens, early 20s or something like that.
Yeah. To basically see it, you know, experience the outside world and see if they do want to stay, and fairly sure the vast majority of them stay, but my experience with this is through a TV show, so do not, like...
This is from Bones, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I love how quickly I called that. Man, Gear 5 Luffy looks like such a blast to play.
And here's the other thing, you know how, like, usually transformations, you know, last for a limited amount of time?
Yeah.
If you stay in combat for Gear 5 Luffy, I think he sticks around. I think. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, you said you've only used him once before this, so...
I did transform
have to experiment.
multiple times, but yeah, I'm not, like, 100% sure about it. Because I remember I used it for quite a while in that first time. Very first time I transformed, and then looked over and was like, no, it hadn't gone down much, if anything at all. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Interesting.
Oh, the other thing is, when you start transforming as Gear 5 Luffy, nearby enemies will get hit by Conqueror's Haki.
It's fucking rad.
So I actually, because the first time I transformed was to take on Sengoku, and he was at low enough health that as I transformed, it just KO'd Sengoku.
That's really funny. What's most funny is the idea that Luffy's Conquerors would actually work on Sengoku.
Yeah. Ah, Red Rock.
Also, there's something that's been haunting me since yesterday.
Oh?
I honestly figured that there'd be a lot that haunted you, Fuzzy.
Well, I mean, different from usual. The thing was, do any of you remember what Shanks' accent was in the 4Kids dub? Because he did have an accent.
I do not know. I mean,
I
never watched the 4Kids dub, really, so I'm not a good person to ask.
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a generic pirate accent.
So, West Country?
Why do I think it was possibly Scottish?
Might have been.
But yeah, you've gotta wonder, are there just, like, people in Amish and Mennonite communities who just, like, have a little side hustle of smuggling and selling, like, porn magazines, which still boggles my mind that they still exist.
It's either that or smutty erotica. Smutty literary erotica, rather.
That one honestly might be more likely.
Yeah. Because there's been literary erotica as long as, like, we've had, like, mass-produced literature. Probably even before that, honestly. It's kind of wild to think about, isn't it?
Yeah. Go on, Yamato. Step on the fucking anchor thing. I don't know what that is, really, but you gotta do it, I think.
Come on, dude.
Come on. These are small fry. Leave them alone. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. That not count?
I don't think he was standing on the spot.
I have no idea what I'm doing in this space.
You're running out of time, that's what you're doing.
I know, but I have no idea what I'm doing. I apparently have to take Yamato on a tour, but I don't know exactly what the anchor is signifying, if I should be focusing on it, or if I should be, you know, going to kill people.
When in doubt, commit murder.
Yes.
Oh. I am gotta go beat that up, which is inconvenient now that I've moved away from it.
Whoops.
Also, the game is taking a lot longer to load.
Probably because you just added a bunch of new shit to it.
I think it's just because of the new shit in general. I did see somebody like basically talking about how it crashed on the Switch version.
Not shocked.
Yeah, it's not exactly the newest game in the world, so there is a possibility that they may have, like, borked something.
No.
Because as we all know, coding is the closest thing human beings get to
Sorcery.
invoking eldritch sorceries, so it's entirely possible that they just irrevocably broke the game when they tried to add the new stuff.
Possible.
Honestly, I was fully expecting them to just, like, make a new one.
Speaking of gaming, what do you think of the Unity engine bullshit going on, Fuzzy?
It's awful, but at the same time, not only is it not unexpected, it's also technically... So, okay, here's a PSA to everybody out there. You know those terms and conditions that everyone skips?
Mm-hmm.
Those terms and conditions are essentially saying that literally everything that they've done with this is perfectly legal. That's what they get away with in terms and conditions. While it is horribly unethical and, like...
Since when has ethics ever stopped corporations from
Well,
fucking
yes,
people
obviously.
over?
But yeah, it's horribly unethical, but the fact of the matter is, this is the sort of thing that you basically just agree to? Sort of? I hesitate to even, like, say that, but, like...
I mean, I am of the understanding and opinion that this is probably just some sort of fuckery to make some more money, a la just shorting the fucking market like a bunch of clowns. Because, you know, insider trading definitely doesn't get anyone in trouble.
Well, the thing is, for real insiders, it doesn't. Right? Like, if you're... Insider trading on an individual level definitely does not do well for people, but the fact of the matter is, on a more macroscopic level, insider trading is kind of how most larger companies just function.
Well, the thing is, this insider trading stunt might well piss off big gaming companies that, you know, use the Unity engine.
Yeah, that's the only thing that Unity would have to be wary of, but that's honestly why they rolled it back, right? I don't think the developer... Or have they not rolled it back?
Not enough. The way it's phrased, they still hold Microsoft liable to pay that. And I don't think Microsoft's gonna pay that.
Yeah, that's their Well, that's the thing, though. Probably what they're gonna do is they're just not gonna ask the major companies to pay that. Right? It's probably just gonna be one of those things where they just passively don't look the other way for the larger companies and try and...
No, I remember, like, they put out a statement saying, like, oh yeah, Microsoft would pay for the individual downloads in this case.
No,
There's the Xbox Game Pass.
No, they did say it. That doesn't mean it's true. Right? Like, they could say it just for clout, but like...
Fuzzy, you don't seem to understand that this, the guy who is pushing this is Mr. EA, I want everyone to pay me every single cent in existence. Former CEO.
Oh, if it's someone who's just stupid, that makes sense, but like...
Yeah,
then
he's the
it's about
greedy
them.
EA. He's the former EA CEO who, or COO, I think, who really fucked up the whole thing by basically saying like, why don't we have loot boxes? If we're not wringing every single cent possible out of them, we're just being stupid. Anyone who doesn't have loot boxes in their games is a fucking idiots.
Wasn't he also the one who wanted people to pay real money for bullets? In
Yes.
games?
Yeah, like, you have to pay like $1 to reload for every clip you reload in one of their FPS games or some shit. So you can imagine that this man is not a smart man.
Okay, then that makes sense. If it was actual smart people, then what they could do is like make a whole show that people like Microsoft are paying it while not actually having them pay it, and then... But no, if it's a dumb person...
No, I do not think he's that smart.
No, like I said, when stupidity becomes involved, all bets are off.
Yeah. What was it? Hanlon's razor, right? Don't assume malice when stupidity is the
Yes, that's Hanlon's
justice.
razor.
Yeah. Hanlon's
Oh.
razor, that's what it is.
I figured out what the anchor is. It's just an end point?
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Of course, in the case of the CEO asshole, it's both stupidity and malice put together, which is, you know, the best combination.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, this whole Unity thing is just an absolute clusterfuck.
Also gonna affect me in a certain way, because you all remember that Porn BL game I helped kickstart?
But I remember you mentioning it, yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's on Unity.
So much stuff is on Unity.
Is it too late to get a refund?
Probably. I mean, we'll see what they do. I mean, they've literally, this is like their first experience with Unity, so it's possible they could get away with going back to the system they used before. But we'll see.
Yeah, no, like, this is honestly why, just like, corporations are, you know, shit.
Mm-hmm.
One of many reasons, but it's exhibits 5,322 in a long line of them.
It
I'm probably
amazes me
lowballing
that
number.
yeah, it amazes me that people still defend the corporations, not naming any names.
Don't need to. I know. Fuzzy probably can infer.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a whole
no,
bunch
that-
of messages of us talking about it, so yeah, I imagine you can, Fuzzy.
No, I know.
Yeah. We're not going to name any names or put anyone on blast. We don't do that here.
Oh, I'm stream anyway.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Look, we try to be ethical with our platform, such that it is, and, you know, not put people on blast.
Well, I think... And
Unless
this is
they're, you
something
know,
that...
rich assholes.
This is something that's just sort of come with the territory of the great myth of the American dream and the prosperity gospel. But I think
God.
I can understand something about the people who defend corporations. Those people are stupid, yes, but their stupidity comes from a place of thinking that might be them one day.
Yep.
Well, I mean, Futurama did that, didn't they? Like,
Yeah, Futurama explicitly hung a lampshade on it with Fry doing that thing.
Like, Fry cheering something that would only be good for the rich, and going like, Fry, you're poor, why are you cheering? Because one day I might be rich, and then those poor people like me better watch their step.
Yep. Futurama was very good.
Yeah. I think that was from, like, the Comedy Central seasons as well, which makes it even better.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah, that's kind of just the principle of it, isn't it? Is like people have been fooled into thinking that social mobility exists.
Social mobility does exist, it's just a lot more limited than people think it is.
Well, okay, they've been fooled into thinking social mobility doesn't have a ceiling.
Yeah, it definitely has a ceiling, and it definitely is a lot harder than people think it is. Like, it's a lot of luck and a lot of just, like, knowing the right people. So it's a lot about luck and connections. And most people don't seem to understand or want to understand that. Which is unfortunate, but that's a fact of life. Using that on Hawkins is overkill, Mel.
But the form is so fun to play, and like I said, I have been in this form for quite some time now, and it's just not going down.
Good.
But it is fun to play, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
No, that's great.
It better be, considering how much you paid for it.
Paid for it and like 8 other things, yeah. I mean, a lot of the special moves are frankly overkill on a lot of the moves, so.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, speaking of One Piece, live action got renewed for season 2.
Yep.
It better.
No, it has been renewed. We got an
No,
announcement.
I mean, like, I would be upset if it hadn't been.
Yeah, no. So we're getting Alabasta. I just hope they have more episodes this time.
That I'm a bit more concerned about.
So specifically, Chopper did get mentioned in the message by Oda.
Well, yeah, it would be kind of hard to adapt the Alabasta saga without him. Given he's the centerpiece of one of the bigger arcs in the saga.
I don't know, I'm just making the point that it did happen, that Chopper was mentioned.
True. Yeah, I mean, personally, ideally, I think the Baroque Works saga would be probably 12 episodes, 10 at an absolute minimum. Because 8 episodes is not enough. Because they still have to do Logtown as well. They've set that up. So I think I mentioned on the Discord before what my ideal outline for that would be, but...
Alternatively, have you guys considered given the track record of not doing full sagas in one season, have you considered they might just end it before Alabasta?
Unlikely. They said they have plans for 6 seasons, for sure. which would be enough to cover one season per saga for pre-time skip, if they get good episode counts. Honestly, 8 episodes would be perfectly serviceable for like the Skypiea saga and Thriller Park. But like the other 3 sagas, pre-time skip, no, it wouldn't be enough. But yeah, like Logtown, Reverse Mountain, and Whiskey Peak, all of those could fit in one episode piece easily. Those are really short.
Okay, I honestly, they can kind of skip Whiskey Peak.
But Fuzzy, you're missing the opportunity to have one of the best possible fights. You saw how... Have you watched live action yet, past, like, episode 1?
No, I've already decided I'm just gonna watch the thing with the family, so I'm not gonna watch it individually.
Oh, okay. So, one of the highlights of the live action is the fight choreography, especially anything with Zoro in it. Because, like, they went absolutely buck-fucking wild with the choreography for the fight scenes. So having the 100 bounty hunters fight in live action would be fucking phenomenal.
It would be cool, but it's also, like, purely fan service.
Yes, but also, like, Whiskey Peak does have important stuff like introducing Baroque Works formally, giving us the lowdown on Vivi's situation, and introducing Robin.
I think, yeah, the big thing is that the introduction of like, I think Robin's introduction is the most crucial thing, and also that's Vivi joins, isn't it?
Yeah, that's when Vivi joins Whiskey Peak.
So it is an important.
I mean, they 100% they're gonna cut it down.
Oh yeah, no, they're probably just gonna have the 100 bounty hunters introducing the Mr. Five pair and Robin's introduction. That's probably it.
Honestly, they could probably get away with doing Whiskey Peak and Reverse Mountain in the same episode.
Probably. Reverse Mountain is the shortest arc by far in the saga.
I really hope they don't cut Laboon. But
No.
here's the question.
They are gonna make the 4 kids mistake, surely.
They might have to, actually. But no, the thing I was gonna say is that, Whiskey Peak aside, honestly, get enough time for Little Garden.
If they have a 10-episode complement, they should. So, assuming Logtown, Reverse Mountain, and Whiskey Peak are across 2 episodes, they would probably do 2 for Little Garden, 2 for Drum Island, and 4 for Alabasta, with a 10-episode season.
That seems workable. The episodes are hour-long, right? Or 40 minutes?
At minimum, 45 minutes, but yeah, most of them are an hour.
I think the shortest one was 48.
Yeah.
But they do have, like, quite a few bits of credits at the end as well, actually.
So it was a little under 45, yeah. But yeah, assuming 10 episodes, each about an hour long, it's doable. They couldn't get it into 8, though. 8 would be way too rushed, in my opinion. And I would personally think 12 is better. But yeah, Logtown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, you could theoretically condense that into 2 episodes total. You just have to split Reverse Mountain up across the first 2 episodes. Just have, like, them being swallowed by the whale as the cliffhanger at the end of episode 1, for example.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Alabasta absolutely has to have the highest episode count, by far.
Yeah.
It is... The arc itself is twice as many chapters as any arc... Well, more than twice as many chapters as any arc in East Blue. Because I believe Arlong Park and Baratier is like 27 chapters apiece, and they're the longest ones. Alabasta is over 60 chapters long. It is still one of the longest arcs in the series.
I mean, that's as a saga rather than an arc.
No, like the Alabasta arc itself is one of the longest arcs in the series still.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, what are we talking about in terms of rankings?
Chapter length. Number of chapters, rather.
I mean, where is it in the list of rankings? Not how we.
Okay, so Wano is of course the longest.
Yeah.
At almost 150. Then there's Dressrosa at 100. Whole Cake Island at I believe 78. Yeah, 78. Then it's Skypiea, which is I believe
that's
68.
because they're splitting up Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby, because that's dumb.
Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby are counted as separate arcs.
Yeah, that's dumb.
And the fifth longest arc is Alabasta. At 63 chapters. If you put Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby together as a single arc, it is the second longest arc. Because Wano is fucking insanely long.
Yes. But yeah, so in terms of Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby, where is the cutoff point?
The cutoff point from Water 7 to Ennie's Lobby is chapter 3. 74 is the last Water 7 chapter. Don't know. I don't remember which.
Yeah, what are the events of that?
Let me look. Just pull it up on my phone real quick.
I mean, it'll be them chasing the fucking train. Like.
Uh-oh. Fuzzy left. Okay, so 374 is the chapter that ends with the the first sea train arriving at Ennie's Lobby. So it's right as they're about to pull into Ennie's Lobby that Water 7 ends.
And that's the one with
the train that CP9, Robin, and Frankie are on.
Yeah. But yeah, my point is that, like, I feel like in pretty much every other arc, there is, like, a defined proper end. It's just a switch of locations.
Mil, I know you've complained about this before.
I will complain about it again if I must.
Mil, you are a dear friend to me, but you are one of the very few people I know who thinks that there is an issue with the Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby. Like, they're very good arcs. I know there's a bit of a bleed between the two of them, but like...
They're good arcs. Well, no. The issue is that it is a good arc, but it is very long as a result because there is no breather period in between. Again, that is what Wano got so right.
I think Skypiea was when Oda first tried the big super arc. And since it was the longest arc he'd made at that point, and it was like a whole ass thing outside of, and not unlike Alabasta, but kind of more so almost. But the Water 7 saga was definitely when he started going bigger with the whole super arc thing. Yeah, he's been refining it over the years, and I think he did get it right.
No, absolutely got it right with Wano.
There are still some issues with Wano here and there, but overall, it's a very good arc.
Yeah.
I am glad that Egghead has been a lot faster paced, though. Even if it has jumped around a bit. Egghead's been just a very fun arc.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I mean, it has. It's just between the jumping around and whatchamacallit, the breaks. It's felt very disjointed.
I think the breaks are the biggest issue with the pacing. Because I reread a lot of Egghead just binging during one of the breaks for shits and giggles. It goes really smoothly.
I don't know. I mean, I wanted to go back and see the Shanks versus Kid stuff, and that, again, that is disjointed. It's over, like, there are a bunch of gaps between it. And I don't think that's been helping the arc necessarily.
The arc has definitely not been helped by the breaks. Like, the breaks have definitely hindered the arc substantially. I do think the Egghead stuff on its own is very strong, as has been the Reverie stuff and the Full OLED stuff.
Yeah. No, there's definitely been some really strong stuff, but yeah,
I do feel like the stuff with Kid and Law has been the weakest stuff in the arc. Just because, like, it's only, like, shown in little gaps here and there. And it's like, it is still hilarious that Kid got so thoroughly low diffed.
I mean,
Talking
you know,
big shit.
it's, if nothing else, it was a necessity to, you know, show off Shanks' strength as we enter the end game.
Yep. And it works.
Yeah.
Both on a characterization level and on a, like, an actual demonstration of stakes level.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very good stuff.
No, it is.
And also just absolutely, I have to love the inherent goofiness of the fact that Shanks's fleet is mostly composed of absolute wimps.
Yeah, that he's just protecting.
Yeah.
Which, you know, makes sense given what we know of Shanks as well. Which one was Smoothie again?
Smoothie is the second Sweet Commander.
Right.
The only one who we don't see Luffy fights.
Did she, question mark, do anything?
Smoothie? No, she didn't do shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Smoothie is kind of a wasted character. A lot of Big Mom's kids did not get much spotlight, though, to be fair. Just Smoothie is the most glaring because she's supposed to be on the same level as Cracker and Katakuri, or at least close.
I mean, that's sort of what I was getting at, of supposed to be quite important, but then did fuck all.
Mm-hmm. Like Jack the Drought.
I mean, at least Jack got screen time.
He did get screen time. It's just that he's been such
bad screen time, and he got his ass handed to him every time. But
yeah, very funny stuff though.
But you know, I barely remember Smoothie doing anything. I barely remember she existed.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. Yeah, like there are a lot of characters in One Piece that kind of fall by the wayside because Oda has introduced a fuckload of characters over the course of over 1,000 chapters.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, it's understandable, but on the other hand, some of it can be very funny.
Oh, after we finished on Tuesday, I did actually go and read some One Piece fanfiction of, you know, Straw Hats being found family.
Aw.
There were some really good ones as well.
It's nice.
Well, there was one where Luffy kept repeating things, pretty dumb things that Ace had told him.
Mm-hmm.
And not mentioning who Ace was, by the way. Just saying, oh, Ace says this. So obviously it's right. You know, they eventually, in meeting Ace, they find out who he is, but they end up creating basically a game of it, and like doing dumb, purposefully dumb Ace says things. Which gets a little sad, you know, come Rainford. But they bring it back, and then when they find out, and then the first time it's done after what is it? Marineford. Luffy then adds Sabo says in.
Oh no, not another one!
And you know, again, when they meet Sabo in Dressrosa, Sabo is over the fucking moon.
Of course he is. He's a good brother.
I'm gonna be honest, Lucci, I'm probably not getting up to you. He's all the way up in the other corner of the map, and I have a time limit. I have other stuff to do. If I come across him on my way, I'll beat his ass, but until
Luffy
then...
has better things to do with his time than to deal with fucking Lucci.
At this point, yes.
Both in the canon and in your
yeah.
playing.
Especially now Big Mom has fucking turned up.
Oh yeah. I fucking love the jokes that have been made at Lucci's expense though. Especially because Zoro is engaging him right now.
Zoro's gonna curb stomp him, let's be honest.
Probably. Or at the very least, it's going to not be nearly as tough a fight as he had with King.
Yeah. Quite frankly, if Zoro had faced Lucci at Eni's lobby, I argue Zoro would have given him a good fight. I'm not gonna outright say he would have won, but he definitely would have given him a good fight. Bye, Big Mom. And yes, that was basically just 2 special moves from Gear 5 Luffy. Gear 5 Luffy is strong. But yeah, no, Lucci stands no chance against post-time skip Zoro. Especially not Zoro, who's finally fucking realized he's using Conqueror's Haki. That's right, you boring bastard. Run away. Now, Gear 5 Luffy is definitely fun to play,
Oh yeah.
which I'm, glad about. So,
He should be a joy to play. I'd be shocked if he wasn't.
oh god, now I'm imagining like Katakuri coming back for a rematch with Luffy, and just being like, "Wait, what the fuck happened to you? Gear 5? What the fuck's that? Oh no." So, Katakuri would probably appreciate it more than Lucci.
I'm still so happy that Lucci just got raffle stomped by Luffy in Gear 5.
Yeah. I mean, if you're happy, think about how happy I was.
You must have been delighted.
Yeah, very glad.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lucci, he didn't level grind enough to fight on par with Luffy.
Well, it's like in Cradle. The opposition always think they've level grinded enough because, they've level grinded a sane amount. Not realizing that the person they're about to fight has level grinded to a completely insane amount.
Right. Ah, Linton. Linton would not be out of place in the shonen manga, honestly.
No, that's the point, Oh, that was the wrong time for fucking Gear 5 to run out.
Unfortunate.
Because a serious Big Mom just arrived and is about to fuck shit up.
You can do it, Mill. I believe in you.
First, I'm just going to beat up Beige, so.
Big.
He's being a pain. Die, Beige.
By the way, have you considered trying out Yamato as well?
I will, but I've got to build up money to upgrade him to, like, max, so. That's the thing, I just happen to have enough to upgrade Onigashima Luffy to max.
Makes sense. I am curious as to who they'll add along with Uta for the next DLC. Because I know we've gotten teases for Uta and Roger as the poster characters for the next 2 waves. Don't know when those will come out, but we only have 2 known characters out of the remaining 6.
So, I mean, I'm trying to think. Could
I'm willing to bet both of them will follow along a theme.
That's what I was about to say. Could the Roger one have Garp in it?
I'd say Garp and Rayleigh.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, because isn't Sengoku in the game playable?
He is in the game, yeah.
But is he playable?
He is not playable.
Huh.
He's just an
Is
enemy.
Rayleigh also in the game?
Rayleigh isn't in the game at all, no.
So yeah, reasonable bet that it'll be Roger, Garp, and either Sengoku or Rayleigh. Because it would fit the theme of that generation.
Yeah.
Uta's pack would be a bit harder to determine, because it could either be movie villains or female characters. Maybe female villains.
So, I mean, what are the options on either side of that?
Corona would probably be a good suggestion, because I
Yeah.
know Fuzzy mentioned she was playable in Pirate Warriors 3.
Yeah.
The question is, who else would they add? If it's female villains, they might add Ulti,
Maybe, yeah.
because she was the most popular of Toby Rope by quite a bit.
Ooh, Hybrid Kaido is speed type. Interesting.
That is... Well, Hybrid Kaido is really fucking fast.
I
so
know, but...
Not surprised there.
Still interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if it wasn't without Gear 5, I'd still be glad to get a Luffy costume from Onigashima, because that's, I think, been his best look.
Onegashima's a fucking great look.
I mean,
All of the Straw Hats have great
yeah.
fits for Onigashima.
Honestly, yeah. Like, fucking Sanji's with the gloves is fucking great.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention, Robin and Zoro also racking great duds.
Yeah.
Usopp has a pretty good outfit, so does Nami. Honestly, yeah, it's all 9s and 10s across the board for the Straw Hats on Onigashima.
Do you also have Law's Onigashima outfit, so...
Yeah, I
might
think
give
that was
a
part
try
of
at
the
some
pack,
point.
right?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Yamato, you know your friend Ace kind of died here. Mostly because he was an idiot.
Yeah, honestly, with hindsight, I feel a lot worse for Luffy that moment than I do for Ace.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Ace just straight up Leroy Jenkins himself. Because he couldn't handle a Kainu trash talking Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is a pretty fucking dumb way to die.
It is.
I love the character, but seriously. And Tashigi against Luffy is just so poorly outscaled.
Didn't even bother doing Gear 5.
You don't need to.
I know.
Poor Tashigi and Smoker.
Yeah.
Oda really shafted them in the New World.
Again, they leveled up a normal amount. They didn't expect Luffy and the Straw Hats to level up an insane amount.
Mm-hmm. It's telling that, like, Zoro, without any additional power-ups from besides what he got from the time skip, cut a fucking mountain-sized behemoth to pieces.
Yeah.
Without going all out.
Wait. Just transforming into Gear 5 nearly killed that giant marine. I love the transformation thing. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Giant Luffy fist coming at you. Hope you're ready, Kobe.
Oh, he survived. Not for long, though.
No, it's not gonna... Where did he go? Stop flying away, Kobe. You're not getting out of your beating.
Rip. Jesus Christ.
Oh, hey, another giant marine commander. Tell you what's also giant, my fucking fist.
Yeah, just it. Not gonna lie. I can't wait to see Luffy versus Kizaru.
Yeah. Luffy's gotta win it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Like I think I said last stream, we're too deep in for Luffy to be retreating from whatchamacallit, Admiral to this point.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And put it this way, it was hard enough to drag Luffy away from Fujitora at the end of Dressrosa.
Yep. Honestly, I don't know if he would have beaten Fujitora, but he would have at least given him a strong run for his money.
He would have, yeah. I don't think he would have won, because I think he was still recovering from his Doflamingo wounds as well.
Yeah, and Doflamingo put him to his limit at that point.
Bye, Smoker.
I will say, it was incredibly satisfying to see Doflamingo get his shit rocked by Gear 4.
Oh, 100%.
Just like, alright, show me what that silly little form can do. Gets rocketed to the other side of the island. What the fuck happened?
Okay, this is happening. Ah, fuck you, Zoro. I was about to kick your ass. A coward.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zoro cutting up Pika is still the biggest feat of physical strength that we've seen in One Piece. Just raw strength with no devil fruit powers. Though Mihawk slicing the top off that frozen tsunami is a pretty close second.
Hi, Grandpa.
See, they even have Garp Sprite. Of course they'll make him playable.
That's sad. I think fairly sure he was playable in past games, so...
Yeah, but this time we have moves for him.
Yeah. Oh, that's...
more moves.
Yeah. Can't remember if I actually said this when talking about it or not, but really, really glad that they did have Garp just hooking the cannonball in the live action.
Oh yeah, no. Absolutely perfect. And you have the cannon right fucking there, so you know it's like... He thinks he's stronger than the cannon, and he probably is.
Yeah. If nothing else, he's probably more accurate than the cannon. Jabra, you are very outclassed. Bye, Jabra. I mean, considering I like three-shot Kaido, I don't think we've really got much to worry about.
Gear 5 is busted, man.
As it should be. Good on Nami for tanking that one, though.
Yeah.
Even if it's just because the game, you know, is dumb and letting you. Still impressive. Where'd he go? Bye, Nami. Have you played any more Baldur's Gate on your own time?
No, I haven't. I've been preoccupied with other things, including catching up with shows.
Oh yeah, that's something I've got to do, isn't it?
Yeah, you have only a couple weeks left for the finale stream.
But it is a couple of weeks.
Don't procrastinate too much, Mo. You know what that's gotten you before.
I know. Where are you, Lucci, you boring bastard? I'm gonna give you a beating.
Oh, mission, give Lucci a beating, just like he wanted to do. See if you can one-shot him with the giant fist.
Not quite.
No.
Level's
Still
probably
took
too...
a hefty chunk of damage off of him.
Yeah. Level's probably too high for me to outright one-shot him with that. Two-shot, on the other hand, yeah, I can do that.
I'll be right back.
And then there was one. Come back here, messenger. You're not getting away from me. Ah, oh well. It's really not as bad as you think. Okay, I couldn't one-shot Lucci, but I did one-shot a Pacifista. Ah, Fujitora and Kisuru are here. And there goes another one. Hi, Fujitora. No, you can't see it, but I've changed a little bit. Hi, Fujitora. It'll be my last act in Gear 5 for a little bit. I would have hoped to do more against Kizaru. You, sir, entered into the battle at the wrong time. Fucking low gears. Low gears, whatever.
Still no fuzzy back yet?
No. Also, I didn't manage to one-shot Lucci, but I did manage to one-shot 2 Pacifistas.
Nice.
But now, Kizaru's here, and he's being a dick. Because he is a
What's
dick.
new for Kizaru?
Because, yeah, he just becomes invulnerable.
That's some bullshit right there.
I gotta break his fucking guard, which is difficult when he's just... doesn't take
Zipping
hit
around.
stun. Doesn't take hit stun, whereas I do. So let's see how you handle Gear 5, Kizaru.
I will laugh if you... Nope, you didn't knock him out. From the Conquerors.
I think it was went a little far away from it. But it didn't
Do you think any of the admirals have Conquerors hockey?
I don't think so, because... I mean... Possibly? I mean... Did we say Garp probably does?
Oh, definitely does. Like, in the most recent, in Egghead, in the Egghead Island arc, rather, like, we see him use a Conqueror's hockey attack.
So...
And it makes sense since he was, you know, considered an equal to Roger in his prime.
Then it's obviously not out of the realm of possibility for one of the admirals to have it, but I don't know.
We know that Sengoku has it, though we haven't actually seen him use it. Honestly, like, outside of Garp and Sengoku, the only admiral I think might have Conquerors is maybe a Kainu.
Yeah.
The others just don't seem like they have the ambition for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the only reason Aokiji went for Fleet Admiral in the first place was because Akainu was going for it, too.
Yeah.
And he wanted to cold block Akainu.
Might be a little fucked.
No, you could make it in time.
Yeah, but I'm not getting time back from beating those guys, so I think I'm just gonna end the mission here.
You're not going to accomplish all your subtasks then, huh?
Well, I'm not gonna, because if time runs out, I fail completely, but if I do that, then I at least succeed.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get as high as I could. Right, I'll experiment with this at a little bit more at a later date, but I'm gonna go back to the regular stuff and start building up money again. See if I can upgrade Yamato and Hybrid Kaido.
Maybe test them out, too, see how they play.
I might actually have a shot at doing some of the soul map stuff now, but fuck it. It's also taking a fucking age to load compared to how it usually does.
That's probably because of DLC.
Yeah, 100% there's probably going to be a patch at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Jinbei, I didn't start this. You're the one who started this. And I'm about to end it with a big old fist. Wow. Survived that. Well done.
Impressive.
Didn't survive it for too much longer, but, you know, well done. Come on, pick it up. Hey, Traffy. Having fun?
Welcome back, Fuzzy.
Yeah, I may have to take a moratorium on future weekday streams, depending on how things go, but I'm here for now.
Just have a lot of stuff going on the weekdays then.
Unfortunately. We'll see. Some days are more workable than others, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, well.
So out of curiosity, Fuzzy, did you have any more topics prepared, or was it just the Amish thing?
I did, but I kind of I'm a bit mind flooded at the moment, so I'm having trouble recalling them all. What were you guys talking about before I re-upped myself?
I think we've mostly been talking One Piece stuff.
Yep. We did talk briefly about who we thought the next couple batches of DLC characters were going to be.
Yeah.
Because we know Uta and Roger are going to be the poster characters for each respective new batch, but we don't know who the other 4 characters are going to be. And we thought, because this batch is themed and the previous batches have been themed, there's likely to be themes for the last 2 batches as well. And considering Roger's the poster character for the last batch, would make sense for the rest of the batch to be characters from his generation. So probably Garp, Sengoku, and or Rayleigh, some combination of those 3.
Possibly all of the above?
Yeah.
Well, no, there's only 3
definitely
characters besides Roger.
Yeah. I mean,
including Roger, rather.
I mean, the thing is, they've already got data for Garp and Sengoku, so I imagine those would be the easiest to add.
Yeah.
Probably. Rayleigh's a distant 3rd place possibility. As for Uta's, probably it's either villains, female characters, or female villains. So,
I mean, was there, any sort of, major characters in, what was it, Film Red that could get, added?
Not besides Uta, no. Uta is very much the main character of Film Red besides Luffy.
Possibly more so than Luffy.
Possibly. It's very much her story.
Oh, if we're talking about One Piece, then I've got a topic for you.
Uh-huh.
How differently do you think Marineford would have gone down if it was Luffy on the chopping block instead of Ace?
Very differently. I mean, are we saying Luffy at the time or Luffy now?
At the time.
At the time...
Yeah. The question is if Dragon would intervene and or if Ace could get Whitebeard to intervene.
Ace definitely would have been able to get Whitebeard to intervene, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
The bigger question is if Dragon would get involved.
And I think he probably would have done.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can actually see it as a reversal of the Whitebeard Shanks situation, where Whitebeard would hold back Kaido and Big Mom.
Yeah, very possibly.
While Shanks went directly to have some words with the 5 elders.
And let's be honest, it would go better than Whitebeard's, because Whitebeard's was a suicide mission from the start.
Yeah, because Whitebeard's an old one.
Whitebeard knew he was on the way out.
legs.
Meanwhile, Shanks is fully young and healthy, and, Mihawk probably wouldn't have shown up to begin with.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he outright states that that Shanks wasn't part of the agreement and walks off when Shanks shows up.
I do wonder what that whole deal is. We'll probably get an explanation for it soon enough, but
What deal?
the Mihawk Shanks deal. Like, why Mihawk refuses to fight Shanks anymore.
Because losing an arm made him stronger. Clearly. And Mihawk doesn't want to lose his best swordsman title. Actually, to be fair, I did actually see a good summation of what the fight would actually be like. Mihawk is obviously the better, outright swordsman, but Shanks' Conquerors levels that playing field.
And also, I think Shanks might just pull out a gun at some point. like that's partially a joke, but in Pirate Warriors 3, he does make
And 4. He has moves with guns.
yeah.
Like his strong attack
So-
is just pulling out a gun and firing a bunch of bullets.
Yeah, so it definitely does not seem out of the question. Like, he might just pull out the piece.
Could the Uda pack be like fucking Ben Beckman and Yasop?
Or Lucky Roo, yeah.
I think they would have to stretch too much because we just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
how
don't
they
know
fight.
a lot about the red hair pirates and fighting styles. We know a lot more about a lot of other characters who would fit thematically with Uta.
Yeah.
Like, I mentioned to Mill that if the theme is female villains, that it'd probably be Perona and Ulti, given their respective popularity levels.
Ulti is definitely one I can see, yeah.
And Perona, they already have code for Pirate Warriors 3, don't they?
Yes, she was playable in that.
So yeah, that's possible. I wouldn't guarantee it, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a possibility.
I also made myself sad remembering that Beppo probably wouldn't be added.
No.
Oh no. Oh, by the way, I know what stream we have to do that we have not yet done.
Oh.
Oh.
My dudes, we need to do a Pokemon Smasher Pass.
Oh boy. Are we? I assume we're doing the human characters unless
No.
No, the actual Pokemon.
yeah, I figured.
Look,
I didn't
it's
want
a
to say
long
it,
time
but
coming. It's a long time coming. It's like basically everyone on the internet has done it except us. Now, there's also the Digimon Smasher Pass, but that one's too easy because there's too many
humanoid ones.
Digimon. Not even humanoid. There's Digimon that are just like people.
Exactly. Like a Angemon and Angelomon.
Yeah, they're just like guys.
They're just like basically humans with extra bits on.
Not even that many. They're humans with wings.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I meant by extra bits. Just wings and stuff.
Do wings count as extra bits?
Yes, because humans don't have wings. At least not that I know of.
Well, okay. So, yes, humans in real life do not in fact have wings. However, consider this. It is much more common for human beings to be depicted with wings than other extra appendages. So, would it be less unusual to see a human with wings than, say, a human with, like, another head?
Pretty sure that's happened. They just don't survive past infancy.
Yes, but I mean, like, from a cultural point of view. Because, like, humans with wings have already entered the cultural consciousness, as have humans with, like, tails or multiple arms.
I mean, most such genetic, was it chimerism, I think it is? Isn't as severe as two heads, for example.
Well, obviously, yes, but we're not talking about, like, real-life examples. We're talking about, cultural depictions.
I mean, there are the Hecatonchires. I think I pronounced that right.
Hecatonchires.
Hecatonchires, that's what it is. In Greek mythology, with her 100-headed giants with 100 arms. Oh, and there's also Janus from Roman mythology, who is the two-faced god of beginnings and endings.
He does have 2 heads, yes.
Yes. Aside from that, nothing ringing any bells off the top of my head. Unless you're talking about like monsters like the Yamato no Orochi or the Hydra.
Well, Asura's 3 heads, 6 arms.
Right. Is it Asura or Ashura?
Depends on if you're saying the romanization or the actual pronunciation.
So Asura is the latter, Ashura is the former?
No, Ashura is the actual pronunciation.
Oh, okay. So I got it right then.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've usually seen it with like that little S with an extra squiggle that indicates a different pronunciation. Usually like an SH pronunciation. So I could be misremembering. Yeah, Ashura is a pretty neat conceptually.
They are one of the really cool ones, yes.
I do need to learn myself more about legends from the Indian subcontinent, because I've heard a lot of interesting stuff about, say, like the great epics of ancient India, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, but I don't know much detail about like Hindu and Buddhist mythologies and religious writings. You know? Like, I know bits and pieces like Journey to the West and stuff, with the good old Son Wukong. I know Goku is based off of them.
Yes. Well, no, Son Goku is just what he's called in Japan.
I know. Because they don't have a symbol, or rather, they don't have a phoneme for Wu.
I don't think... Is that the reason, or is it just that the characters... That's just how they pronounce the characters?
I think that's
probably both.
Cause that's the thing. Like fucking Thunderbolt Fantasy, like the names are pronounced differently in the dub because of the different pronunciation of characters.
I mean, we saw this with Raven of the Inner Palace too, with that anime. Because the subtitles read very differently from how the names were pronounced.
Yeah.
Because despite being based on similar writing systems from way back when, they have like the same origin point for their writing systems. It diverged about 1,000 years ago during the Heian period in Japan. Quite radically.
It's like that one character from Bleach, you know, cat lady's student who has a crush on her.
Was this? Soifon?
Yes, it is pronounced very differently from how it's spelled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like,
it's
Japanese has a lot of... and Chinese do have a lot of different phonemes in them.
Well, yeah, that's another thing that you don't realize is that the phonemes are very, very hard to... Like, I have not yet found a satisfactory romanization system that is not just IPA.
What's IPA?
The International Phonetic Alphabet.
Ah.
That's really the only reliable method of...
the problem with that alphabet is that it's based off of Roman letters.
No, the International Phonetic Alphabet has specialized phonemes for every, like...
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. It's the international version.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah. Oh, that one's really fucking hard to read, though.
Yes. Hence why there's like no winning with these things.
Yeah, no, that thing is like the jankiest thing to read. Like, no joke.
It's not. Yeah, it's not meant to be like used on a general basis. You're supposed to have the dictionary of it open whenever you're reading the transliterations, but the fact remains that it's like probably the most reliable direct translation method. Because otherwise, there's just too many differences in intonation and like it's slightly easier with Japanese. Japanese is much simpler overall.
I found
Japanese.
that I do have some retained fluency of Spanish from learning in high school. Japanese and Spanish actually have a surprising amount of overlap in how words are pronounced.
I do wonder about that. I know that there was contact between China and Spain in older times. I wonder if some of that just carried over.
Well, remember the Silk Road and its predecessors. Because, like, there is evidence of Chinese contact indirectly with the Romans way back when. It's like the edges of both empires and trading outposts and stuff, but there is evidence that there was like a few intersections of ancient Chinese and Roman culture.
No, I that's like completely understandable. Like, I'm pretty sure it's to the point that there's even like a formal name for ancient Romans in the Chinese language that is very old.
I would not be shocked. Like, the only other major Western empire that really might have interacted with the Chinese is Alexander's expansion, and that was extremely short-lived by comparison. Like, he only reached India during the last year or two of his reign before he died.
Yeah, and basically everyone agreed that him going to India was a bad idea, bad move on his part.
Yeah, it was too far. He needed to consolidate before he tried going outward again. And he didn't do that, and he died. So he died in Babylon of a quote-unquote fever. He was probably poisoned.
That's what these amateur imperialists never realized. Can't spread.
What, poison?
Can't spread too far too quickly, and gotta consolidate your position, like the British did.
Mm-hmm. And the British are infamously, absolutely beloved by all the people that they took over.
Hey, I never said that.
But yeah,
I just said that we took over and, you know, for the most part, didn't lose our position.
To be fair, the British had no success until guns got involved. Like, in antiquity, the British didn't really exist as a people.
Oh yeah, no.
What was it? Mostly Celts and...
It was the Celts that were first on the British Isles. And they settled in sometime in, like, early Roman times.
There was a fair distance between the Celts and guns being invented.
True. But Britain, as we know it, wasn't really founded until the Normans invaded.
Yeah. No, I will
William
admit
the
that.
Conqueror in, like,
But there's still a fair amount of time between that and guns.
The first gun, I believe, was invented around 1200. give or take.
No, the first gun in the West was invented around 1200.
Is that not what we're talking about?
We're talking about like the blueprint for modern guns, the arquebus. Which was invented, I believe, around 1200.
I don't think that's how that's pronounced, my dude.
Was it arquebus? Arquebusi?
I think no. No, I think it might just be arquebus.
Arquebus? Holy shit, Will. That was a hell of a combo. Oh.
Okay, here's a question that I may regret asking.
Proceed.
Like it stopped you before.
Where did the God, I'm trying to say this in a way that does not make me viscerally uncomfortable. Where did the Ussy meta start? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I wish
You know
I
what
could
I'm
tell
saying,
you.
though, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I wish I could tell you.
That might be
think it
something
started
you have
with
to.
people. I think it started with people doing using that that funny looking bee emoji in place of, you know, the other letter
P.
in text messages.
But
I don't know
is
when
it
that
funny-
started.
Wait, no. Hang on a second. Is funny looking B a German S?
No, not that. So hold on, I'll post in the chat. This one. Just like you get those on text messages sometimes,
Okay.
and people just subbing the P out for that, and it just spiraled from there. I don't know when or where it started.
And then you got your bussies, and then various other
Yes.
pussies that shall not be named.
Yes. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Well, like I was saying earlier, like, I feel like Spanish and Italian are probably, like, some of the easiest languages to directly, like, transliterate phonetically into Japanese.
It would not surprise me if, like, ye olden crossover in cultures had something to do with that.
Possibly.
I'd imagine that also counts for Portuguese then.
Yeah.
It especially counts for Portuguese, yeah.
You are amongst the first to start with,
Because I'm sure there were Portuguese sailors who spoke Spanish and Italian as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of, on the open seas, there was a lot of people who would go by, cultural lines rather than anything, or regional lines, but in a broader way. So I would not be surprised if a lot of the Portuguese vessels were Portuguese owned, but had their fair share of, like, Spanish and Italian sailors as well.
There's 100% got to be some Dutch influence in there as well.
Yeah, because the Dutch were the ones that had a trading relationship with Japan for a while. The only ones.
And fucking gaslit them into thinking the Dutch were the preeminent power in the world.
Which is so
That
fucking
was funny.
That
Yes.
still amuses me. Just the reaction, like, what was his name? Commodore Perry must have had. When he just came in and was like, and the Japanese was like, "You can't do this. We're friends with the Dutch." Okay. Don't know why that matters.
Yeah, I do wonder whose idea that was.
The Dutch, obviously.
No, I mean, like,
Who specifically?
Who specifically? Yeah.
Hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
It was very funny to contemplate. Damn, Mill, you almost got to 25,000 hits on that combo.
I mean, I think I got to fucking what was that? 20,000.
You got to,
I think I got.
you got to a really high number before.
Yeah, I think I got to 20,000.
Yeah, I saw you got to 20,000 beforehand.
But yeah, there was also that one time they found like an like 1,000 or 1,500-year-old thing of writing that turned out to be Japanese in Mexico.
Oh, that's
That was wild.
Remember they found a Roman coin in Newfoundland, but that could just be explained by a random Viking having it.
I mean, to be
You know,
fair,
Canada. Go ahead.
I mean, to be fair, Japan to Mexico is not the hardest journey to make overseas. It's not an easy one, obviously, but you know,
The Pacific is vast.
it is. But it's a fairly clear. It's a straight shot,
I suppose so.
and you know you can avoid having to go, north or south, into the near the poles. Because I'm fairly sure that was sort of the issue for the British reaching Japan.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of them went north of Russia, and it didn't go well for them.
There are a lot of records of the British dying in the Arctic.
Yeah.
To be fair, at the very least in the Arctic, they weren't alone. Oh, one moment, please.
Okay.
No worries, I'm just beating the shit out of Katakuri.
Good for Kuzan.
Yeah, hate these guys. Hate these guys with a passion. These big guys.
Pain in the ass.
Because if you are small enough, they will just, like, get you in hit stun. If there are enough of them, they will continually do it until you can get away.
So it's not a problem when you're playing as one of the big guys, basically.
No, it's not a problem if you're playing as, say, Kaido or Big Mom, or even Whitebeard. But, they fucking chuck Mihawk around like he's a child.
Huh.
And Shanks, which is like, no.
Yeah, that doesn't track.
Like, I get that you need to make them balanced, but yeah, it can be very frustrating. And they're even doing it a little bit with me as Luffy there, but because because Gear 5 is a Sky type, I was able to basically ascend out of reach for a decent chunk. If
Nice.
it looked like they were getting handsy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is what I don't like games doing, is when they want to up the difficulty, all they do is just make the opponent not take hit stun.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, well, to beat that isn't necessarily, like, a question of skill at that point. I can't skill my way out of getting around him not having hits done, really. I mean, I can, but it's annoying. And even then, you know, they'll still catch you at some points. I was really bad in, I think it was Yakuza Kiwami. I got really annoyed at it.
Unlock is one of those bullshit fake difficulty things that's always annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just a lazy way of making an opponent stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I need to do one of these as law, don't I? I'll do the next one as law.
I mean, you've been doing Gear 5 looping the whole time, basically.
I know. Because I like playing as him. He's fun.
Understandable, honestly.
And he's a smaller character without necessarily the same, you know, or drawbacks that aren't as bad as, you know, other smaller characters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was the thought I was having last night. What do you think was Garp's reaction to Gear 5?
Probably laughing his ass off. Probably thinks it's funny as shit.
I imagine Sengoku had to tell him to shut the fuck up. This is bad.
Oh, of course. Of course. Honestly, outside of the 5 elders, though, I don't think any of them actually understands the import of what Gear 5 is.
I don't know. I think Sengoku and Garp probably would.
Maybe. Hard to say.
Just from their, you know, positions and tenure.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if, you know, Garp had, what is it, contact with Roger after Laugh Tale.
I still do love the theory that the One Piece is a barrel of sake.
Yeah, I assume that was probably one of the drunk theories you brought up on Saturday.
It was thematically appropriate, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like... It's so very Oda, you know?
Yeah.
Especially given, you know, like, sake has been a present part of the story for a long time.
Yeah.
And also just, it'd be so fucking funny if the whole reason the Roger Pirates were early was because the sake hadn't finished aging yet.
Yeah.
Rip Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Again.
I did also, I have also reread Marineford recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's still so good.
It is.
Especially considering the length of it.
Marineford is only 30 chapters.
I think it's like 40. But, you know, still not
No, it's
that
30.
much. Is it? Only 30. Fucking hell.
It's a very dense arc. Marineford is exactly 31 chapters long.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
And managed to do a war arc in that time better than fucking Naruto's in how many chapters?
Like 200 something chapters.
Yeah.
Something absurd. Like even like the next time One Piece did a full ass war arc was them doing Onigashima, which was like 70 odd chapters.
And still had a far better ninja battle than Naruto.
Yep. I mean, it had the best ninja battle of all time.
So I'm just thinking about the other DLCs again. So in terms of the Odin flashback to like Roger stuff, were there any characters in there that we hadn't otherwise been, you know, introduced to, sort of thing? I mean, other than,
you mean Roger's Master Mix specifically? Or are you talking just in general from Roger's era?
I mean, anyone introduced in that flashback that, you know, we didn't really know about before.
The only one on Roger's crew that really got any degree of focus whatsoever, outside of the ones we already knew about, was the third in command, Scott Bond. Even then, he didn't really get that much.
No, I don't think he's going to be a DLC character.
No.
Funnily enough.
And any of the Roger pirates besides Roger himself are going to be DLC. It's rare. That's all.
Would it be cool to get young Whitebeard?
That would be cool, but we don't know enough about young Whitebeard's abilities.
Yeah.
Compared to old Whitebeard.
Again, that hasn't stopped them before, to be fair. Not knowing movesets has not stopped them from putting characters in before. They just create movesets. I mean, you know, fucking, I don't think any of Shanks's are really canon. Other than, you know, the Conqueror's Haki Blast, which, you know, doesn't count.
Yeah.
Because I'm fairly sure it's just a fucking move they give to the Emperors. Bar Buggy, because I didn't know he was an Emperor at the time.
I mean, Buggy also hasn't displayed his proficiency in Conqueror's Haki yet.
Yet!
Exactly. Honestly, I would laugh my ass off if Oda was just like, oh yeah, Buggy had Conquerors the whole time. You just didn't know it yet.
How do you think the Muggy Ball attack was so strong?
I am still reminded of that one panel where one of the few panels where Buggy's mouth is closed, where he's like, "Do you remember my Buggy balls?" Luffy's like, "No," and Buggy just has the most hilarious sad face.
I mean, the face that I was thinking of was when he tried to fire it at Mihawk, and Mihawk just went tink back at him.
Yeah, no, that's also very funny. Buggy does not have his mouth closed in most of his panels. I think it's only like a handful that have his mouth closed, and they're all hilarious.
Yeah, because he didn't stop talking. Also, the something else I've seen a couple of times in like Instagram reels, the scene at Logtown where Luffy was looking for the execution platform, Buggy was looking for Luffy, and you know they ended up on top of each other without realizing, and Buggy tells Luffy where the execution platform is, and Luffy just, in the sub, Luffy just gives the cutest little thank you.
Nice. You know, I just realized they're gonna have a hell of a time casting Bond play.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned briefly, like, potential dream cast for live action, but I don't think we really talked much about, like, characters who would be introduced in Season 2 outside of Jamie Lee Curtis obviously being the one to play Kureha, because she's perfect for the role.
Yeah. I mean, who would we get for Crocodile?
That is an excellent question.
That's an important
Most of the
one.
actors I can think of off the top of my head might be a bit too old.
Yeah.
Like, Robert De Niro, too old. Leo DiCaprio, bit too old. Like, most of the actors I think who could pull off the vibe are too old, too expensive, or both.
I mean, that's the thing, you know. The live action has definitely gone for, you know, smaller time actors.
Yeah, there haven't been a lot of big name talents in live action. I can't think of any that were household names.
Maybe Ian McShane, but he was literally in like one scene.
He was the narrator, so he wasn't even physically there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of the Straw Hats will have big name actors attached to them either.
No. They need the budget for effects.
Yep. Honestly, they'd be
makeup.
lucky to get Jamie Lee Curtis just because combination of her being like a fan and just like probably willing to get paid pretty cheaply for it.
That's what I was about to say. Given how much Jamie Lee Curtis has talked about wanting to do the role, like, I wouldn't be shocked if she would do it for like
less than her standard, yeah.
a lot less than her standard.
Not to mention, she'd only be in 2 episodes.
Yeah, she wouldn't have to
Give or
do a
take.
huge amount for the role either.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we really get many A-listers.
No. But yeah, there's no way, especially now that the news has been announced, that Jamie Lee Curtis isn't going to her agent going, fucking call them now. Obviously, I can't do anything with it, you know, until the strike ends, but I am getting that role.
Did she say that?
No, I'm just saying, I'm willing to bet that's what she's done.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt it. I'm pretty sure they were probably already in talks beforehand.
Probably, but, you know, especially considering it has been, you know, confirmed today.
Yeah. Get on the phone. I need him on the phone. I want him on the phone right now!
As I said, Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't seem like a scab, so she, you know, she will be aware nothing's going to happen until the strike's over, but
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
she'll be getting a name in there just for when that does happen.
They'd be idiots not to cast her.
They would. Yeah, especially if she is willing to, you know, work for less than her usual rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unlikely that we'll get much in the way of A-listers, if any at all.
Yeah.
They might get some strong B and C listers though, like some well-known TV talents.
I mean, the two big ones for me were Vincent Regan as Garp has done some pretty big stuff, and Craig Fairbank as Zeph.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with them. Apparently a show my mom watches had the guy who played Roger in it. Which is neat.
Yeah. So, off the top of my head, I think Vincent Regan has been in, like, it's either him or Fairbank has been in, like, fucking, what is it? 300 and a few other, like, Greek mythology / history things.
Oh, that's funny.
I think it was Vincent Regan. I'd have to check.
Mm. I can look him up.
Yeah, go for it.
He was, in fact, in both 300 and Troy.
I think he was in, like, Rise of the Titans or something like that as well.
Yeah, I'm looking. He was Eudorus in Troy. Oh, he was Percival in Black Knight. Over 20 years ago, Jesus. He was in Ghost Rider 2. Snow White and the Huntsman. What movie did you say?
Rise of the Titans?
He was in Clash of the
Clash
Titans.
of the Titans. I knew how it was of the Titans, I just couldn't remember the right word.
Yeah, he was, he played Cepheus.
Yeah. Also, yeah,
Was the king.
look at that lore drip.
Oh yeah, no, that's good.
I always approve of people wearing coats without putting their arms through the sleeves. It looks fucking baller.
Oh yeah, no, it looks rad.
It makes you seem very important. Oh, interesting. The soul map thing is for all characters. That makes things a lot easier.
That's neat.
I will not struggle as much now. Because there's like 50 ranks on a lot of them, and I was like, if not all of them, and I was like, oh god, do I have to do this for every fucking character? That will take so fucking long. Oh, I don't like this one, oh well. So yeah, so Vincent Regan has been in the Greek stuff, and then I think Craig Fairbanks has been in like some soap operas in Britain.
Probably.
I think that was what it was.
You mean Fair Brass?
Fair Brass. Again, I got a lot of it. Alright, I've just had a thought. Who else in One Piece, other than, you know, Jack the Drought, has been a perennial jobber?
That's a tough one. That is a tough one indeed.
I mean, I was reminded of it by Burgess, so maybe that's a place to start.
None of the Straw Hats, really.
No,
None of them
definitely
qualify.
not Straw Hats.
I mean, the Vice Admirals collectively have quite a bit.
Yeah, they've taken a beating.
Anything below Vice Admiral, especially as well.
Yeah.
Like, the Straw Hats were fighting evenly with captains at Enies Lobby. Post time skip, nothing below Vice Admiral is a threat to them anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Bellamy?
I mean, Bellamy was a one and done, though. Oh, no. You're right.
Turned up a Dressrosa. Admittedly, it's 2 and done, so... But, you know, he's never really been treated as...
Doesn't he get fucked up by Elizabello at the Coliseum as well?
Very possibly.
Because if I recall correctly, he was in Bartolomeo's block.
I don't remember enough from the Coliseum.
I don't blame you.
I remember the big moments, and that's about it.
I mean, so he wasn't in Luffy's block, and he wasn't in Rebecca's block, and he wasn't in Burgess's block. So that means he was in Bartolomeo's block.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got obliterated along with everyone else except for Bartolomeo when Elizabello just fucked everyone up. Yeah. I do love how One Piece's one crack at the tournament arc is like the least interesting thing about the post-time skip stuff. Or at least one of the least interesting things. It was pretty fun, but it wasn't like super innovative or anything.
Yeah.
I do like the block structure though, it is neat.
Yeah.
Too many people are purists when it comes to tournament arcs.
I mean, the tournament was basically just a mechanic to introduce Straw Hat Grand.
A bunch of characters at once.
Well, yeah, but you know the eventual Straw Hat Grand Fleet, but also reintroduce Sabo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of tournament gladiators, apparently, way back when, there were a bunch of people speculating that one of the randos in the tournament was Kaido in disguise, because he just disappeared after he lost in his round of the tournaments, and he looked vaguely similar to the silhouette of Kaido in the post-Enies Lobby arc.
Right. I don't think... Some people have too much time on their hands.
I swear, theory heads are hilarious. You love to see how far they reach for a theory. Yeah, theory was definitely disproven when Kaido, made his actual first appearance in the flesh.
Well, it's a case of, like, as much as Kaido wants a challenge, I don't think he'd take, you know, a loss sitting down like that.
No, of course not.
I also don't think he could, you know, hold himself back that well to fucking lose against those guys.
No, he would absolutely obliterate all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Speaking of that introduction, though, who do you think has which villain do you think has the best introduction in One Piece?
That's a good question. I mean, Kaido's has got to be up
Kaido
there.
is up there.
Yeah.
Kaido is up there for sure. Big Mom and Crocodile also have really good introductions.
Yeah.
Especially since all three of the aforementioned just have, like, a lot of build-up before they're formally introduced as well. Doflamingo ironically has a very understated introduction.
Well, I mean,
Despite being one of the best villains in the series.
I mean, it's, you know, it's part of the Warlords from Marineford, isn't it?
No, Doflamingo is introduced along with Kuma during Jaya.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there is that scene, isn't there?
Yeah, it's the scene with the warlords at Marijua.
Yeah.
I think it was just Doflamingo, Kuma, and Mihawk, though.
I mean, obviously we're not counting him as a villain necessarily, but Mihawk's is pretty good as well.
Oh, yeah. Dude, just him fucking drifting in on a boat. And being like, sup, came to finish what I started.
And
Get
yet,
fucked, pirates.
arguably, I think his introduction in the live action is better.
Oh, it's real good. Speaking of the live action and introductions, I love the poster introductions for the pirates.
Yeah, no, poster introductions are really fucking fun.
Yeah. Does a really good job.
Yeah. Really good job, you know, revealing the bounties and, you know, a little bit of character stuff.
How much do you want to bet that that's gonna be how Luffy is introduced in the second season?
No bet. Damn near guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. They've gotta do it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Who is Kuzan's voice actor? The Japanese.
In the Japanese. Let me look. We should probably end after this mission.
Oh yeah, 100% will. I just wanted to play as, you know, show off Law's Onigashima outfit.
So, he is voiced by none other than Takahito Koyasu.
Okay, that's why I recognized it. Because I was just fighting him earlier and it's like, I recognize that voice. Yeah, that makes sense. Who are the other admirals voiced by?
Okay, so Akainu is voiced by... Oh, damn you. Fumihiko Tachiki.
Alright.
Don't recognize him very
No.
much. Kizaru is voiced by, he was voiced by Unsho Ishizuka for a while, but now he's voiced by, Ryotaro, Okiayu.
I'm guessing a death.
Probably. Let me look. Yep, he passed away in 2018.
Yeah.
Fujitora is voiced by Ikuya Sawaki. Not familiar with that one. And Ryukugyu is voiced by Keiji Fujiwara.
The anime will be getting to him relatively soon, won't it?
Yeah, the finale of the of Onigashima should be, or the finale of Luffy and Kaido's class should be this weekend. Oh, and Sengoku is currently voiced by Toru Okawa. Who's actually been in a lot. Let's see who you might recognize him as. Oh, he's the narrator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, that's probably the one you recognize best.
And I don't really recognize it because I've not really watched the JoJo's anime.
Oh, have you played Persona 5 Strikers?
Oh, is he?
He's in that.
Is he the?
He's a Konoe.
Yeah. I have not played it that much. Also, I wouldn't have played it in the Japanese dub, so.
Oh, that's fair.
No, fuck this. Not ending by fighting Ace of all people. Look, the game has overpowered him beyond what he is actually capable of. That's just the way it is.
Oh yeah, Ace is a jobber, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He loses
He
in every
doesn't win a single on-screen fight in the entire series.
Not against anyone important.
Yeah, no, not against any named characters.
Best we get is he fights to a draw against Jinbei and Smoker.
And Jinbei is mostly off-screen because it's a long-ass fight.
Yeah.
You know, I do get that making a days-long fight and trying to, you know, actually depict it in full length is, you know, wildly impractical. But at the same time, I kind of want to see it.
Yeah.
If only, like, in a montage at the very least.
I'd love to see the one between fucking Whitebeard and Roger.
Dude. The one clash we got between them was fucking godly.
Yeah.
Especially in the anime. Like, holy shit. Have you seen that clip?
I don't think I have. I'll go search it out afterwards.
Yeah, that's really good animation.
Everything in Wano has been a good animation.
They really put their whole pussies into the key moments of Wano.
Did you say whole pussies?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Why?
It's funnier that way.
Just why? And with that, I guess we're ending.
Yes.
So, thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. This, honestly, until more DLC stuff comes out, is probably going to be the last Pirate Warriors stream for a while. Just
give Mill a break from this.
There's only so much I can do in this game.
Yep. No, understandable. I get it.
I mean, at the end there, I was just doing the same mission because it's simple enough and it gives a lot of money.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll figure something else. We'll figure out something else to do. In terms of future stuff, though, Saturday is going to be the roast of Bleach.
You don't have to worry about that one.
Another one I'm not going to be there for because I've not touched Bleach because I have taste. Just, piss some people off there. Sunday, because we're not doing D&D, but Gen will still be available, with fingers crossed might be able to do Baldur's Gate 3. Because we weren't able to do it today because Gen had prior commitments. So fingers crossed we might be able to do it Sunday. Tuesday and Thursday, again, we're just going to have to see. Might do a tier list in there somewhere.
Yep. Look stuff up. Fuzzy may not be able to join us because, as he says, his weekday availability is possibly Jover. His words, not mine.
But otherwise, again, thank you for watching. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and on Twitter, or the website formerly known as Twitter at storytime_net. All the YouTube stuff that I've got too much dignity to say.
Like and subscribe if you've not already. Hit that bell icon if you want to get notifications every time we upload a video.
And otherwise...
Have that spiel down pat.
Yeah. And hopefully, otherwise, we will see... Well, you'll see Jack on Saturday for the Roast of Bleach. Good night.
Later.